Pept TV Plus. It's morning news on Pept TV Plus. Here are the headlines. Tinubu arrives India for G20 summit, meets India billionaire. Tribunal, police warn politicians against violence. Suspended Ogun local government boss breaks silence. Shabu withdraws court case against Obaseki. NLC officials clash with civil servants over strike. Udain slams Ade Farasi over moving on sermon. Now the news. Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Tuesday arrived in New Delhi, India to the immediate embrace of Mr. Jopi Chand Hinduja, the chairman and CEO of the Hinduja Group of Companies, a conglomerate with a total asset portfolio exceeding $100 billion. The Indian industrialist was received by the president within 90 minutes of the president's arrival in India for a meeting, which began around 8 p.m. local time. Accompanied to the meeting by Nigeria's ministers of finance, trade and industry, and foreign affairs, the Nigerian leader made it clear to his first visitor that he is in India with one focus: attracting investment to Nigeria with lucrative opportunities for investors, but most essentially, jobs for Nigerians and new revenue opportunities for Nigeria's federal and subnational government. The Hinduja Group chairman told the president that he was a living witness to his landmark effort as governor of Lagos in turning a coastal erosion and water encroachment crisis into a massive free trade zone where industry now thrives. This, he said, was partially responsible for his excitement to partner with Nigeria's new president to create win-win prosperity for Nigeria's talented population.
Process is not.
Yes. God will help you. God will help you. I'll pray for that.
Thank you,
so
sir.
that one day we come to Nigeria, where we see such a big success.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I'll be very happy.
He's unable to meet you tomorrow as planned, and you agreed to immediately meet him this evening, and it shows what you are all about. What you are determined to do is bring investment to Nigeria that will grow the economy and reduce poverty and make life better.
Meanwhile, ahead of the Wednesday's judgment to be delivered by the Presidential Election Petition Court, the Nigeria Police Force has said that policemen across the country are fully prepared to maintain law and order. In a statement on Tuesday by First Public Relations Officer Muyiwa Dejobi, the police warned politicians and mischief makers against misinformation and unguided utterances capable of inciting violence. The police said deployments across the length and breadth of Nigeria have been threatened to forestall law and order in the country. The police strongly cautions all individuals, including mischief makers and political gladiators, to be cautious in their actions and statements, as the force will not condone activities capable of inciting violence or causing a descent into anarchy. The police also urged citizens to embrace peace and maintain calm regardless of their political affiliations. In another development, the suspended chairman of Ijebu East local government area of the state, Mr. Wale Adedayo, who was released on Monday after spending 3 days in the custody of the Department of State Security Services, has broken in silence. He postulated that he remains unshaken in his demand that Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun should allow the local government in the state have access to federal allocations meant to develop the grassroots. He also stressed that he has no regrets about the actions that he has so far taken despite his arrest and detention for 3 days. Adedayo said that he was detained because of a petition sent by Governor Abiodun to the security agency, wherein he was alleged to have been making inciting comments that could jeopardize public peace. He, however, apologized to the governor if he felt that the government had embarrassed him, saying that he only wanted the best for the people at the grassroots. He disclosed further that other local government chairmen in the state contributed to the letter written to Oshoba on the zero allocation to local governments, adding that he only edited it and appended his name.
Because ní Nàìjíríà ọ̀nà mẹ́ta ló máa ń pín owó sí Nàìjíríà bá ti rí owó oṣooṣù àwọn ti federal àwọn tàbí dáhùn máa gbà tí wọn wọ́n máa fún àwọn state tí wọ́n máa fún local government. Ní Friday tí mo lọ, wọ́n ní kí wọ́n pẹ́ àwọn ọkọ̀ bẹ̀fà mi sọ̀rọ̀ mi. Mo lè débẹ̀ tó ń dìbò mi kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀, mo ní báyìí máa ń pín owó nílé ìgbà Ọ̀ṣọ́bà àti ìgbà OGD. Tó wọ́n bá ti débẹ̀ wọ́n pe àwọn chairman local government. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ fún wọn lówó ti local government wọn. Mo ní sìn ₦1 fún wọn fún wa. So ẹni kí n wá tọrọ dáríjì kí n wá ṣe kí ìdáríjì òun fẹ́ tọrọ ṣé pé irọ́ ni mo pa pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mo sọ ni. Mo kúrò náà ìlú lè máa bá àwọn yòókù mi kí wọ́n máa yọ ọ́ máa jẹ. Ẹ bá yọ mí oníṣẹ́ mi tí mo ṣe kó tó di pé mo ṣe. Àgọ́bà tẹ́lẹ̀ ni. Àgọ́bà tẹ́lẹ̀.
In other news, the Edo State's Deputy Governor Felicia Ebu has withdrawn the suit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja seeking protection from possible impeachment and removal from office by its principal, Governor Godwin Obaseki. A statement personally signed by Shebu said his decision was to respect the intervention of several individuals, including religious, prominent Edo people, and the traditional institution, and also appreciated the governor for agreeing on the peace initiatives. Meanwhile, there was chaos at the Ondo State Secretariat on Tuesday morning after officials of the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) stormed the secretariat to enforce the two-day warning strike. The civil servants who did not want to participate in the warning strike were pushed out of the secretariat by the NLC officials who insisted they must participate in the strike. A heated argument which degenerated into a fisticuff ensued in the secretariat. Finally, on the news, Nigerian journalist David Undeyin has attacked the senior pastor of the House of the Rock Church in Lagos State, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, for preaching about moving on. The clergyman had shared a video on his X handle where he was preaching to his congregants on the importance of moving on. Some Twitter users opined that the pastor shared the video because the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is expected to deliver judgment on Wednesday, September 5. Undeyin saw the video on X and took to his handle to slam the clergyman.
Samuel has invested so much prayer for nearly 28 years praying for Saul. Saul was doing well for a while, but he started to make the wrong turn. And he's still praying to God, God, please fix him. He even exhorts Saul, but Saul's not listening. And one day he's talking to God. God says, stop talking to me about the past. Because as long as you keep talking to me about the past, I can't talk to you about the future. And even if I did, you wouldn't hear me because you are consumed with the past. But Saul is still on the throne. He's still past. And he might be on the throne for another 14 years, but he's still past. I don't have to use the throne to bring a king into play. I don't have to win a battle through the king. I can win it through a boy. So stop talking to me about what is past. Some of you are so attached to something in your yesterday, and you want closure from God. You want closure from Saul. You're not necessarily going to get closure. You must now learn how to move on without having to have closure. Because if you have to have closure, it means that you need an explanation from God. And if you have to have an explanation from God, it means that you don't really trust God. So you can walk away from pain and saying, God, I don't need anybody to explain. I don't need anybody to say sorry. I trust you to deal with it. My job is to move on. Do you understand that? Because some of you, you're fighting somebody, you're not talking to them because they haven't made closure. And you haven't had your chance to tell them how ugly, how nasty, how wicked they are, how could they ever do that to you? I made up my mind a few days ago. I moved on. You can have your ugly ways about me. You can say all you want to say about me. You can toot and twerp and how did they say olofofo? I'm a ball. If you say all you want to say, I don't have a beef with you. I've moved on.
Thanks for joining our news broadcast. Subscribe on our channel for latest updates. Okoyemi Olugbemi reporting for Flip TV Plus.